Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. I am spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White, and today is January 4th, 2024. Again, Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a good, safe, peaceful New Year. I do. I'll tell you all about mine. Hold on. Let me say hi to everybody. Hi, Dee Dee. Oh, my book is finished, and James is writing the foreword for me. So thank you for asking, Dee Dee. And then off to a publisher. Yay. Hi, Bernadette. Hi, Christine. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Maureen. Happy New Year to you. Can my crystals come out to play? They are tired of staying inside. They are screaming at me. Okay, Maureen, that's hilarious. Yes, they can come out and play. I bring mine out frequently, actually. And crystals will tell you when they want to come in and when they want to go out, what they want to do. They can be extremely bossy. Hi, Ellie. Tell me something that there is something funky in the air. Yes, last couple of days, sort of crazy energy. Yes, Ellie and I'm going to talk about that. So thanks for bringing it up and recognizing it, because yes, it has been. These are some funky energies. You know, I mean, I was just telling Renee, our producer, I think this is a year where we need to learn how to surf the energy, because it's some big energy, as they say. Hi, Renee. Blessings to you, honey. Hi, Gabriel. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Cindy. Cindy, I'll get back to you with a card. Hi, Sarah Stone. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Nettie. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Sue. Hi, Angela. Oh, my gosh. Well, hi, everybody. Hi, Crystal Lynn. Happy New Year to everybody. Well, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about my Christmas and my New Year's, and then we're going to get into the astrology. So I went to Texas to visit my grandchildren, and they are the cutest things, and it was so much fun. It was great to be with family, and it's funny, there are four of us, so I have three siblings, and for the first time ever, none of them were with me, which was really unusual. One of my brothers, Theo, was sick. I'm sorry, he was not sick. He was exhausted. He's been on tour with Wolfpack, and he was exhausted, and so he stayed home. And but my sister actually joined us in Texas, arrived to Texas, got to the hotel in Texas because she was staying in a hotel, and got COVID. So we never saw her the whole time for 7 days. She was there. We never got to see her. So if you're listening, Carol, I love you. Sorry you were not able to be with us. And then my other brother just didn't join us. So always one of those in the family. Anyway, but we had a really good time, and it was really fun to be with my grandchildren. And I'll just tell you a couple of quick, an August story and a Lulu story, because they're so damn cute. So Lulu is 4, and we were making Christmas ornaments, and it was so fun. And she was making an ornament, and I was making an ornament. And then she shows me her ornament, and she says, "Gigi, are you so impressive?" And I said, "Yes, I am so impressive." I'm still laughing at this. And my daughter was walking by, and she goes, no, Mom. She means, are you impressed with her? I'm like, oh my God, yes, you are very impressive. It was so fun. And August was so great. Somebody had sent me a Santa Claus tracker. So I was looking, I was showing the kids, like, look, Santa Claus right now is in South America. Look, Santa Claus is going over, England right now. Look. And I'm showing them all of these things about Santa Claus. And August looks at me and he says, Gigi, you won't believe this, but some people don't believe in Santa Claus. And then, of course, my heart dropped, and I said, anybody you know? Like your friends? Do they believe in Santa Claus? And he goes, oh, yes, Gigi, my friends and I, we all believe in Santa Claus. And I was so thrilled, because, that's not going to last very long. He just turned 7. But I was thrilled that we had this year for that. So it was great to be with him, and I enjoyed every moment. And then we came back from Texas to our farm in Wisconsin. And for New Year's Eve, we rested, and I cooked a lot of different things and it was a lot of fun. And later, my niece surprised us and came over and we had martinis and that was a lot of fun. But by the first, I don't know about you guys, I was exhausted. I was so exhausted. And it wasn't just from the martinis, I was just exhausted. And then my energy started to come right back and right back. So I rested, honestly rested for a lot of those days. And I love to rest. It just does me good to rest. So that's what went on while I was gone. And now I'm back. And I thought I would talk about something really important here because today is January 4th. And I'm going to talk about some astrology events. Well, another event that's going to come up soon. But what I want people to pay attention to is that the first 12 days in January, they're really important days according to the Vedas. And the Vedas are the Hindu scriptures. They're the knowledge. They have bring in wisdom. And their belief was that the first 12 days of January are the most important for setting your intentions. And that every date, like January 1st represents the month of January. February or January 2nd represents the month of February. January 3rd, the month of March, and so on. And so I think it's important that you can use this important energy of the first 12 days. I always talk about the first 13 days being so important if you were born on those days. But hearing and learning about the knowledge of the Vedas really kind of cements that energy. It's a very important energy. So if your birthday is anywhere between, and I will throw in the 13th, but they talked about the first 12 days. But if your birthday is anytime that period, it makes it it brings it more power to it for your birthday. And so I would be setting the intentions for, if you can, for the year, set the intentions per every month. Like by January, I want to accomplish this. This is my goal. By February, I'd like to do this. I'd like to learn this by March, or I'll sign up for this in June, or something like that. Think about that. And these first 12 days, again, are really important. And another interesting thing that I learned, and I think this is fascinating, is that astrologers, particularly Vedic astrologers, but Western astrologers can do this too. They look at the first day of the year. They look at the first couple of weeks of the year to determine the actual year itself. And they also look at the solstice, which was the winter solstice, which was December 21st. And I find that to determine the next year, which is 2024 in our case now. And everything that I looked at determines what James and I were talking about. This is a challenging year, really challenging year here. So I thought that was really interesting, that there are so many different ways to view a chart and so many different ways to come up with some information or knowledge. And I thought that was fascinating because I'm all about learning and knowledge. So here we go. What I do want to discuss is the new moon on January 11th. So January 11th, we have a new moon, and in Vedic astrology, it's in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is a fire sign. It's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is now direct as of December 31st. It is now direct. And Jupiter means expansion. It means adventure. It means spiritual growth. So as this new moon, so we have a new moon on the 11th, and as it aligns with Sagittarius, it amplifies this energy, and it's going to encourage us to seek out new experiences. It's going to broaden our perspectives, and it will help us embrace, if you will, the unknown. So it's a time for us, and you'll see what this new moon does. It helps step us outside of our comfort zone. And again, it helps us align ourselves with our highest vision of ourselves. So this new moon is extremely important. This new moon on January 11th. The new moon is at 26 degrees of Sagittarius, again in Vedic astrology. You think, Kellee, why is that important? I'll tell you why. Because it is at the exact midpoint of, you've heard me talk about Rahu and Ketu. And Rahu and Ketu are the nodes on Earth. And in Vedic astrology, we consider them planets, but there are nodes. And Rahu is in Pisces and Ketu is in Virgo. And nodes, these Rahu and Ketu, represent our destiny. And when the moon is right in the midpoint of that, so it really is going to bring us to a lot of destiny this year. Okay, and this begins this huge transformative time on Earth for all of us, actually. And Jupiter and Mercury, they're also responsible for major change, and both are direct right now. So both Mercury and Jupiter rule education, communications, the media. So this new moon actually sets the tone for the whole year. So it's a really good time. And if you think of it, January 11th actually represents then November, because the 11 is November. And I think in November, we have an election coming up. So I think this is going to be a lot of change this year, a lot of change. So if you are ready to, renew your objectives in life, like what is it that you want to do in life? This is a great time period to make a commitment, actually, that's aligned with your values, and step into perhaps why you incarnated. I mean, literally step into that passionate place. This is an amazing new moon. It will be transformative for the rest of the year for everybody. So I think I'm going to stop with that as far as astrology goes, because it's a big one. It's a big one right now. But I do want to answer a lot of questions for people here. So, and I have a lot of questions. Thank you guys so much for, oh yeah, please, if you like this, hit like and help us grow this community and share this show. We really appreciate it. This show, and also our show on Monday nights with James Van Prague, when we do Both Sides Now and Beyond, which we will be back on Monday to do, which will be so fun, because we love to work together, and we love to do this show together, and it's a lot of fun, and we love the people that are watching us. So please join us on Monday nights. And before I forget, I do want to talk about something new before I get into the questions. There's a lot going on. That I'm teaching a class along with Julianne Siegel. And Julianne, if you remember, she was on our show a few months ago, and she wrote a book on feng shui. And we're going to collaborate to do a class on vision boards. And I'm going to be talking about it from a spiritual perspective and the spiritual law of manifesting, because I think that's really important. And, the trick of manifesting is what your intention is behind it. So we're going to be talking about that. She's going to be talking about feng shui, and we're going to make vision boards. So if you would like to join us for this class, we're offering a special price right now, and you can go on, I have it listed on my Facebook page and on my Instagram. It's on all social media, and it's on Eventbrite. You can find it on there. So please join us. And it's February 10th. And I think it's 4 hours. And it's going to be just a really great, fun class. And you'll learn a lot about all kinds of things. And you'll get your supplies together. And we'll be, watching and talking and learning. And it'll be a really fun class. So please join us if you can on February 10th. It's the day before the Super Bowl. And it happens to be Chinese New Year that day, and that's why we chose that day, because it's the year of the wood dragon, and that starts on February 10th. So please join us, because the energy is going to be a lot of fun class. So I have a lot of questions, and I'm going to get to as many as I can. And thank you guys for sending me all of these on Instagram and on Facebook. I look at all the questions that I can possibly look at, and I answer as many as I can. Okay. So the first one I want to talk about this is from Trish McGee. Hi, Trish. And she says, thanks, Kellee, for all you do. You've helped me tremendously. My birthday is July 9th, and I'm a wood dragon. So wood dragon, that means I think you were born probably in 1964, because that was the last time there was a wood dragon. And this is a year of the wood dragon. So hoping this year will be better for me. It could be. She said, my mom's birthday is 123, and she had a stroke last year on her birthday, and she passed away a month later in February. I'm sorry. She said, a week later, my cat of 17 years passed, and a week later my dog passed, and a week later my cousin, who was like a brother, passed, and then a few months later my other cousin passed. That's a lot of passing. And she said all last year both of her fathers crossed over. That's almost too much to read. Trish, I'm so sorry, honey. She said, I'm also planning on booking a session with you soon. I think you should. And just looking for hope until then. Okay, honey. The holidays were brutal with everyone leaving last year. Oh, honey, I've got chills. Just know this, Trish. I'm going to get you a card, but sweetheart, they're all around you, honey. That's too much loss at one time. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Definitely a session would be a good thing here, honey. I'm sorry. That's just so much loss for, when some of us have periods of time like that. This is an interesting one. All right, Trish, I got this one from your loved ones. Don't be afraid. I don't know if you have any fear of being alone or if you've left, you're never alone, honey. It's not possible to be alone. When I had my traumatic brain injury and I was seeing everything that I was seeing, if you guys could only see, you're never alone. It's actually not possible to be alone. You always have a loved one or a spirit guide or an angel around, always. So don't be afraid. All right, honey? And I look forward to having a session with you, sweetheart. So I'm so sorry that you went through all of that. That's really a tough one. It's a lot of loss. Just know they're around you, okay? And this is from Cade5742. Hi, Kellee. I'm asking for a card for Mary and Katie's dad today. It's his birthday and his heart is weary. So I know you lost your two daughters. And again, this is a lot of loss here. Dramatic and traumatic loss, losing two daughters. Let's get a card. Oh, I've got chills. Just tell him happy birthday from them, that they're around him, okay? And it says that it's beautiful where they are, okay? You have to make sure he knows that it's beautiful where they are, all right? So maybe another way to view this, oh, I've got chills, is go out and celebrate, okay? And celebrate the beauty in life, all right, to their dad. They love him very much, okay? Thank you for writing in, honey. That's a big one. That is a big one. And I wanted to get a card. Cindy B, you had asked for a card from your stepdaughter who passed. That's a hard one too. Oh, there is no time where I am. Time is only on earth. I hear that a lot from the other side, that they don't really, the closer they get into us, into our vibration, because they have to lower their vibration, they know that on earth we have time. And so they understand that. But on the other side, there is no such thing as time. No, we just don't have it. On earth, it's a construct here. So we can get things done, I suppose. Okay. So Leslie Chambers, I love this question. And your birthday is June 8th. So June 8th. And June 8th is a 9 of diamonds. Is that right? Yeah, June 8th, the 9 of diamonds. Yep, have to look at that fast. Yes, a 9 of diamonds. 9 of diamonds comes to complete many things. Anytime you guys hear me say 9 of anything, it's a completion. And diamonds is a value. Like, what do we value? So she said, Kellee, is there a reason I've been so emotional over the last few weeks? I'm in tears every day, more than usual, either the cause of something that someone said or a sad story or a movie. Or even a simple, though, I feel like I'm an emotional wreck and I'm so exhausted. So yes, I want to answer that, Leslie. These planets in the last, gosh, I'm going to say like almost from the beginning of December all the way through. This last week of December was very rough. We call that, it was in the Mercury was in the tail end of Scorpio, and we call that the poison part of the Scorpion. And it was in what I always talk about, Gandanta, going from a water sign into a fire sign, or a fire sign into a water sign, and it makes it very intense. For instance, there was the earthquake in Japan. There were those giant waves in California. This is called Gandanta, and it also creates a lot of sadness and emotions. Okay. And so it was funny. It wasn't funny, but on the first, I really was feeling like just deeply either sad or I couldn't quite get it. And I am like the most upbeat person ever. But for some reason on that first, and I remember the planets were shifting that day, and I actually went to bed really early, and I said to Don, I don't know, I just don't feel right. I don't. In fact, James called me and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Nothing. I don't want to do anything." I was just really kind of not in a good place, just in a bad mood, and I'm never in a bad mood. But I was just weepy, and so anyway, just know you're not alone with that. There was so many people. The other thing is there was a lot of loss in that December and in November and December, a lot of loss. And that also, there's like a collective sadness. There was something about this period of time that to me, it felt like a collective sadness. So I hope that helps, honey. But because Jupiter, which is the largest planet, is now direct and it's in Aries and in Vedic astrology, and it's big and it is moving, and we're going to start feeling better. And Mercury goes into Sagittarius. It leaves Scorpio, and I think it goes into Sagittarius just in a few days from now. And I think around the 7th or 8th, and we're going to feel better when that happens too. So if you give a little more time for things to move forward, we're going to all feel a collective better. Okay. And remember, this new moon is very powerful. And I'm not saying that some radical things couldn't happen in the meantime, because this whole year is set up for, like, as I said earlier, when I started tonight, it was about like learning how to surf almost some of these energies. But this new moon is a great time to set your intentions, whatever they may be, to be nice, to be good, to be kind, to be, I don't know, whatever it is that you would like to work on, set that intention, okay? And then take the action on it. And I think that would be a really good thing for everybody. I do. Okay. So hi, Lori Young. Hi, spiritual medium. She says, hoping this 2024 is going to be a good one. Well, it's going to be one. It's going to be a year. Mary Snyder, I can't wait to read your book. Oh, thanks, Mary. I can't wait to get it out. Truly. Hi, Rita Vores. How you doing, honey? Oh, my gosh. Okay, Jen Shelley. This is my first time. Well, welcome, Jen. She said, my brother passed on 3/27, and his birthday was 4/9. Please bless me with a mini reading. Let's get you a card, first of all. Sorry your brother passed, honey. It's hard to lose a sibling. I think it's, I actually write about that in my book, Losing a Sibling. Really, really hard to lose a sibling, because they come in with you, and, that whole unit. It's like a unit. So let's get you a card, honey. The earth is our school. Well, I couldn't have said it better than that, because earth is our school, and we come to the school. There are a lot of schools out there. We chose earth this time to come down here, and just know that he's around you. He's going to be learning all kinds of things on the other side to show you on earth, okay? Just know that, honey. All right, that's a big one. And Vicki, I want to give you a card, sweetheart, and this is from your beloved. Oh my gosh. I am here helping you, Vicki. I'm here helping you. That's Mike. That's your husband, honey, standing out there waving the flag, waving a kite. Here, I'm waiting here for you. There you go, honey. I love that guy. He's so funny. Hi, Betty Scott. So if anybody needs a great therapist on the East Coast, particularly in New York, I think it goes by Elizabeth Scott. You can look her up on Psychology Today. And if you're looking for a wonderful therapist, she's terrific. Or you can reach out to her on from this, I'm sure. You can reach out to her also. And she's spiritual and she's a psychotherapist. So it's a great combination if you're looking for one. And maybe one of your intentions this year is to get into therapy. I've heard that one from a lot of people. And frankly, what a great year to do that for a lot of reasons. But this is a great year for mental health, actually. It's a really great year for that. Okay, so here's a question from Rick East. He says, hi, Kellee. A very happy new year to you. Well, happy new year to you, too. Since we choose to be here on this Earth School, see, going with the theme of Earth School, Rick, very good. There is a lesson and there's a lesson we need to learn, how do we know what the lesson is? And how do we know when we have adequately learned that lesson? I'll tell you. So let's say something keeps coming back to you, like judgment or anger or fairness, or I don't know, love. It could be anything kind of big ticket item like that. And if it keeps coming back and you're having the same experience, maybe this might be the lesson, you know. And I know that your birthday is January 13th, which is an ace of spades. And an ace of spades date, if anybody's birthday is January 13th, it's about learning about the secrets of the universe, is what we call it. It means you want to investigate everything spiritual. It also means to navigate between the mundane world, which is the physical world here, and the spiritual world. So it's a really, really important if you are an ace of spades, okay, for that. But great question. And how you'll know if you've passed the lesson is you'll stop having the lesson. You'll stop having it. Like, let's say you have to learn to set boundaries, and you finally get there and you set all the boundaries, and then you have it, you know it. You see them coming. You don't have to learn it anymore. You've got it. So I hope that helps, Rick, because that's that is a good question, though. Okay, Christy Kapranika. Hi, Kellee. Your birthday is January 13th, and you'll be 55. So, Christy, I was just talking. That funny. I was just talking about Ace of Spades. My assistant Carissa, her birthday is January 13th too, and you're going to be 55. So 55 is a very particular year. The big changes in life are 54, 55, 56. And 55 is those double fives, and double fives means change. 5 means change. And if you have a 5 year, it's change. Change, change, change. 55 means a lot of change. I'm going to say, Christy, put your seatbelt on and get ready for all the change. And I love change is good. Change is good. Okay, just remember I'm saying that. Change is good, everybody. Maria Ron Goldberg. Hi from New York. Happy New Year. God bless. A card. Yes, honey, you can have a card from James's card, The Soul's Journey. Let's do that. How about that? One from James's soul cards. He's got the greatest soul cards here. If you guys don't have them, you should get them. They're just great. And here is a card for you, Maria. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. There you go. And Rick, to further go back to your question, empathy is a big one for people. That is one of the biggest lessons. Anne Margaret, there's always one in the family. Oh, it's so true, Anne Margaret. Always one. It's hilarious. Thanks, Kim Ann. Thank you. I got this just for the show, so thank you very much. Hi, Tom. Let me say, I've got a lot of questions here. Okay. So this was an interesting question, and this is from Carrie. Carrie, she says, hi, Happy New Year. She says, we hope your holidays were great, and they were. Thank you. She said, here is today's question. Is it possible that as we gain wisdom and elevate our spirit while we're here on earth, that we can actually see from past mistakes and insights and meditations and dreams, or from spirit, how we could correct some of what would otherwise become future karmic debt? Is it possible to know consciously what our karmic debt is? I think it is. Great question. You can see it from, you go inward to meditate. Going inward is everything. It's where our soul, we connect with our soul. We connect. Our soul knows the truth of everything. And so when we connect on such a deep way, we would know what it is that we would need to work on. We would know what the karmic debt is. We would also know when the karmic debt is paid. Like, have you ever been in a fight with somebody where out of the blue, you realize it's over, like you can let that go? It's that kind of thing. It's like knowing. It's the knowing. And so then she further asks, it was my understanding that we were only made aware of our karmic debts as we prepare to reincarnate. And that is information given to us by our guides. as I grow, I have to question the accuracy of that belief. Yes. So, yes, that's not accurate. So, let me help you with that. We are aware when we pass, we do what's called a life review. And when we do this life review, we are acutely aware. You never have to worry. Somebody wronged me. Believe me, they're going to see it in their life review. Nothing goes unseen. Okay. When harming somebody else, you are only harming yourself. But and our guides are there with wisdom. They're guides that love us and understand it, but they don't tell us, what our karmic debt is. It doesn't work that way. We know our karmic debt. We know it. You can feel it, and you know it before you incarnate, and then when you get here, through a lot of experiences, you realize what it is. So I hope that helps. Okay, honey, I hope that helps. I hope I answered that the right way. So Vicky Seymour, her birthday is 12/28, and 12/28, December 28th, is a four of hearts, I believe. Hold on a second. I have to look. I have so many things to look at that it fell apart. 12/28 is a three of hearts. How did I not remember that? Three of hearts is somebody that is, very few people were born on the 28th that have a three of hearts. So three of hearts is a very special day. And it's for younger souls or newer souls or souls that really want to experience emotion. And so for this last October 28th, all the planets were still retrograde, honey. So what that would mean is that you will have a chance to revisit your health, because you're asking about health. You'll have a chance to revisit your health this year coming up. Okay, so I hope that helps for you. Now, Bridget Wagner, she said her birthday is October 1. And October 1 is an eight of diamonds. Eight of diamonds is, they have a big smile. You can always tell an eight of diamonds. They have a big smile and a big heart to go with the smile, frankly. And she says, will this be a year of growth for me? And I'm going to answer it like this, Bridget. Yes. And the reason is, if your birthday, and this belongs to people who, if your birthday is, let's say, April 1st to about April 15th, any time in that period, your life will change this year. If your birthday is a few days, the end of September through about maybe the first even 2 weeks of October, particularly the first, second, and third of October, your lives will change. Why? Because we have two big eclipses that, if you're in the United States, it goes through the United States. So the first one is April 8th, and the second one, I believe, is October 2nd. And these are major eclipses. Eclipses are destiny points again, and they change our lives. And so, yes, the answer to your question is yes, your life will definitely change. Okay. Yeah, definitely here. Okay. Joyce Fudge, Texas here. That's so sad about your sister. I know, right, Joyce? I was so bummed too, because we were really looking forward. She would just misses those grandkids so much, and it was very sad, actually. Okay, here we go. So this is a great question. This is from Deb I don't know if I'm going to say your name right, honey. Fiauto. She says, I've been listening to your podcast with James. She said, my birth date is 3/24/58. That makes you a queen of clubs. So anytime you hear me say queen of clubs is all about, their minds are like this, extremely intuitive. They know everything about everything. If you don't have an answer, they have the answer for you. Queen of clubs is fierce. They love deeply. They also are very opinionated. So I only say that because she said, my question is, does my son love me? We were estranged at the time of his death, and he was 29 when he died. And his birthday was 12/6. First of all, I'm sorry for your loss. Very sorry for your loss. This is really very interesting because your son also was a queen of clubs. So you have two queen of clubs. That, it's hard to have two queens. And a male your son was male and he has a female brain, I'm not sure who would outthink either of you, but I would think that, there would be some not getting along because two queens, everybody has their own opinion here. That's a tough one. I've seen marriages like that, and it's pretty tough. So, and I'm sorry you were estranged at the time, and that happens sometimes with family members and loved ones and relationships. You get in a fight and then they get in a car accident. I mean, things happen. He loves you unconditionally. Please know that. Please know that. I'm going to get you a card from him, okay? Let's get you a card. There is no such thing as death. I guess he's still arguing that. He's still around you. He's still around you, honey. You have to know that there's no such thing. Even though the body is no longer here, the soul is right there. So just know he's around you, and he sends you a lot of love. And of course, he's not angry at all. Please let go of any of that, please. Okay. Wanda Sanabri, she says, hi, Kellee, I would appreciate a card. I'm going through major life changes at this time. Well, let's get you a card. Here we go, honey. A lot of people are going to be going through changes, Wanda. It's a good time for change. Abundance. I'm a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in the physical reality. Okay, Wanda, just remember that you can do it. You can do it. Go you. I think that's fantastic. And speaking of manifesting, and speaking of vision boards, if you would like to take a class with me and with Julianne Siegel, who wrote a great book about change your space to change your life. This is Julianne's book, and we're going to have a fabulous class on February 10th, the day of the wood dragon. And it's going to be about vision board and how to manifest. She's got great tips. And I've got a lot to say about it. And it's going to be really great. And yes, Michelle, this is malachite. Is this beautiful? Given to me by a very dear friend. Is this amazing? I love this. I love it. Thanks for noticing. I love this. Shanna Clark, June 18th. Which online present idea will crush it in 2024? I don't have any idea, but June 18th, so June 18th, it's my day today. A queen of clubs again. Okay, Shauna, a queen of clubs, they can crush anything because they know so much about everything. But let's get you a card here. Surrender. I need to release. Perfect for a queen of clubs. I need to release my need to control. I'll say guides have a great, great sense of humor. They're always hilarious. Okay, Terry Kamali. Hi, Kellee. I've been bombarded with seeing repeated numbers, mostly 1111, 111, 555. My sister's having surgery on the 16th. Will it be a good outcome? Yes, it will be. The 16th is a real good day because things are moving forward. And it's after that new moon. Set the intentions that it's going to be great, and it will be. And when you start seeing master numbers like that, 1111 or 2222 or 555, 555 means change. And 1111 it's a blessing. It's like a wake-up call that there's something greater than the physical, that the spiritual is there. And it starts many people on their journey, okay? So just know this is a very good thing. Renee Hounsel, my son's birthday is January 11th on the new moon. I'm interested in what it will be for him. That's fantastic, Renee. I mean, what a day. If you were born on January 11th with that new moon, here's what I would do. I would make real sure that he has an idea, teach him an idea about manifesting and setting his intentions for what he wants. Because that new moon is so powerful for the world. And to have your birth date on that, that's a big deal, as they say. That's a real big deal, Renee. And he's a 3 of spades, so he would have to be very creative here. 3 of spades can do business, but really long to create. So maybe something about creating, especially if he's a starseed, which I suspect he is. They love to create, and they have a lot of power there. That's an amazing day. It's a super day. Diana Sue, blessings. Please, a reading health-wise, and you are 224. Going through challenging health and psychological situations. Thank you so much. So February 24th is an Ace of Diamonds. So Ace of Diamonds has to release any negativity, and you want to think in the most positive ways. And here's the thing, um, going through challenging health and psychological situations at the same time often will bring us to a completely new place in the next several months. Okay. I mean, it might take that long, or it might take a year, it might take 2 years for this transformation. And you will come through with bells on, honey. I mean, this is Ace of Diamonds is power. They bring in power, they pack a punch. And they always have to come to the physical and emotional state. Always. It always comes that way with the Ace of Diamonds. Okay. Angel Angular. Hi, Angel. Any mediums, same credentials like you in the Portland, Oregon area that I know of? I, I don't, that do psychology and mediumship. I don't know. There's not too many of us, period. So I don't know anybody in that area. And you said my granddaughter is having nightmares, and they make me believe she needs someone who can help her understand the dreams. Her current therapist is ignoring the dreams. Oh, whoa, do not ignore dreams, especially of a child, for anybody. Oh boy, find another therapist. Find another therapist, Angel, right now. Dream work is very important, because especially with children, because they are they can't express themselves. A lot of people can't, just in general, and the dreams, the unconscious, tell us everything that's going on. If there's water in the dreams, there's a lot of emotions. I mean, I could go on and on and on with this, but find a therapist. Boy, when I was in grad school and just in therapy alone, dreams were always important. Anyway, I feel that they're very important. Look. Go on Psychology Today, okay? And find a Psychology Today will have different therapists that you can find. All right, Angel, that got a rise out of me. So there you go. So Anne Margaret, KW, here's a shocker. I got a phone call message from my sister on Christmas Day, the first time in 12 years. She sounded so nervous and then sarcastic in the message. No change after all these years. I had to share, baby steps. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, Anne Margaret. I don't know. That's kind of passive aggressive. If you ask me. Kellee Moreau, and you are January 11th. The same thing, Kellee. January 11th. Very, very, very powerful day this year with all those ones. And when I think about it, that not only is that new moon on January 11th is 8, 9, 10, 11. It's an 11 day also. So in numerology, we have master numbers, and 11 is a big master number. They say that Jesus was a number 11. 11 means the teacher. It's a big day. And if your birthday is January 11th, again, January 11th is a 3 of spades, very creative. Set your intentions. Really think about it. Start really thinking. Where do you want to go this year in life? It's that large. You can set it up for anything. Okay. So I hope that helps. Tippy Landis, my birthday is January 12th. Okay, there you go. And that would also fall into that category, right? Is there anything major coming to me I should be aware of? I would think, Tippy, with your birthday right after that new moon, like only amazing things can happen. So this is a good thing. It's really a good thing, okay? Joy, hi, Kellee. Happy New Year. So wonderful to see you. You look beautiful. Thank you, honey. 519, in case you have any thoughts for 2024. So 519, May 19, is a king of clubs. And I would say this, Joy, this would be a year of great learning, because in May, I can't remember the exact date, but we've got this major conjunction with Uranus and Jupiter in April. I think it's April 20th, but I think it's Jupiter changes signs right around your birthday, and it goes into Taurus, and that is huge on the planet. So it brings all kinds of amazing things, actually, because Jupiter is a benevolent, it's really a great energy planet. And it has a lot to do, when it's in Taurus, which is an earth sign, it has a lot to do with earth and healing. And I would say for you, learning. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope that helps here. So, okay, so let me hear. Okay, here's a question. This is from Jeanette Gibbler. Hi, Jeanette. Good day, Kellee. Happy New Year. My mom passed December 17th. I'm sorry, honey, just lost her. She said, and you gave me the best advice 2 weeks prior to her passing. Great. She said, is she and others available to communicate in a reading so soon? Or do they need time for their own transition process? So, and I have your birthday as May 22nd. It's so hard to physically lose a wonderful mom. Oh, Jeanette, I back at you, honey. It's a really hard thing to lose. When you have a good mother, it's really hard. When you have a good father. If you have anybody good in your life. My mother used to say, if you have one good person in your life, you're blessed. And I have to go with that. And you're a 10 of clubs. Bless your heart. 10 of clubs has a brain. It has a brain. So here's what I would say. I would wait. I give it a good month before I start contacting. I've had people that have loss and will contact me right away, but I would wait. I think it's best for the soul on the other side and for you here just to kind of get in touch with how you feel, like what, because the grief process is something else. You go through, the denial, and then you go through anger, and you go through betrayal, and you go through all of these different things until you get to some resolve there. And I would wait at least a month, at least. Okay, that's really what I would say. That's what I would say there. Margie Hall Renzi, which sign do you think will have the best year? I'm an Aries on 326. Thank you in advance. I love watching. Oh, thanks, honey. Okay, so here's the thing. I know your birthday is 326, March 26. And March 26 in Vedic astrology is you're a Pisces. So I'm going to say you're a Pisces. I do think that Aries are going to have some this is an amazing year for Aries, but I also think it's an amazing year for Pisces and for Virgo because Rahu and Ketu, Rahu is in Pisces, Ketu's in Virgo. That's a powerful destiny point. So I feel it's going to be a good year for Pisces as well, but I see you as a Pisces. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope that helps. So, okay, here's a question, and I love this question. This is from Regina Joyce Clark. She says, how, Kellee, do you do the soul reading and spirit guide session on your website? Because I do this a session for that. She says, do you actually see my spirit guides? Do you hear their voices? Do you ask ahead of time for them to be present, or do they just show up knowing that the session is for you? Great question. So how that works is I do a session called Spirit Guides and Soul Reading and Spirit Guides. So as I'm waiting for the person to appear, often the guides come right in. Sometimes it takes a moment, sometimes it doesn't. They're right there. They are the ones that kind of direct you to sign up. And so they are, how does it work for me? I hear them, I see them. They'll start talking about different reasons why you've incarnated. They'll talk about what's presently going on in the house or with you, where you need to be. They cannot tell us, like, they can give us direction, but they know that we are here to make our own choices too. So just know that. But it's very powerful to have a spirit guide session, and I love to do them. And I have that on my website, kelleewhite.com. And you can find that there because I love to do that. Kim Ann Snodgrass, writing your intentions in your journal while you listen. Great. Okay, Chrissy says, I've tried vision boards many times and they've never been successful for me. I get so discouraged. Well, join our class and we can help unleash your ability to start manifesting, because maybe you want things in your time and you start the process. I remember starting a vision board years ago, and I would add to it and take things off and add to it. And I still have some things that I know are on the horizon that will come. So just you have to think of it like that, honey. You have to think of it in a different way. Okay, because I think that's important. Okay, Jessica Topper, May 16th, which is a 3 of diamonds. How is my late husband? Well, let's get a card from him and find out. Always on the other side there, always just fine. Okay, here we go. I always give you a good night kiss. I love this. I always give you a good night kiss. Okay, so just know he is there. Our loved ones love to connect with us. Sometimes I've heard wonderful stories of our spouses that who have passed that will be lying in bed next to you, and you could feel the indentation of the bed, or you can have a good feeling there, and it's them. It's definitely them. I love this question. This is from Lynn Armis, and her birthday is August 11th. So August 11th is a two of diamonds. A two of diamonds has to watch negativity. They have to almost fight negativity. So Lynn Armis says, how do you change emotional eating? I'm struggling to lose. So emotional eating is it's a way to either suppress or to soothe our negative emotions. Okay, and like stress or anger or fear or boredom or loneliness, any of these things can trigger emotional eating. So first of all, I love that you are aware that you're doing it. Okay, I mean, just the fact that you're aware of it is a lot of people are not. They start shoveling and they're not even thinking of what they're doing. So this is great. So in your effort, first of all, bravo. Look to see if when you're about to start emotionally eating, before you get there, there's like an instant that you can stop, ask yourself, is this about a relationship conflict? Is this a work stressor? Am I just exhausted? Do I need comfort? Like what's going on? Ask yourself, because that'll give you some distance there. Okay, and start that process, because you can do it. It's a great question, and thank you for asking. Okay, Tina Winbolt Lloyd. She says January 2nd was my birthday. Okay, and then we're talking the first 12 days here, right? And my sister's is January 8th. Wow. How great is that you guys both have birthdays practically the same week. Wow. So January 2nd is a Queen of Spades. Queen of Spades. Whoo, powerful, powerful. It's the January 1st is the King of Spades, the King of Wisdom, literally. And the Queen of Wisdom is after that. Queen of Spades does not have it easy. Anybody that was born those first 13 days, not easy, very karmic. Queen of Spades comes to complete almost every single thing that their soul started from the beginning. I mean, really, bravo. It's a big one. Okay, and your sister's January 8th, and January 8th is a Six of Spades. Six of Spades also filled with karma, filled with creativity. And I would think together you guys would be very, very close, because I just think it's amazing. And so you want to know will your sister, who was January 8th, the Six of Spades, will she find love and be in a relationship? So remember what I was saying about January 11th, set your intentions. If this is what's important, Six of Spades loves to be in a relationship, but it has to be the right one. And often it's a very karmic relationship. So really here's what I would suggest. Look at the lessons you've learned from all of the relationships you've been in before you leap into another one. Really look, what am I looking for? Okay, think like that, because the answer is yes. That will come up. Okay, and Isabella Cerulli. Hi, Isabella. She said her daughter, Christina, is July 16th. What a shocker here. A Queen of Clubs. Boy, tonight is just a Queen of Clubs day. My daughter was in a car accident today. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, Isabella. Oh my gosh. She just bought the car as a result of another car accident in October. Both accidents, she was hit by people not paying attention. And she wants to know what the universe is trying to tell her. Well, it could be, my sister-in-law was in a car accident today, and it was the same thing. Somebody hit her. They just did. And sometimes it's not the universe trying to tell you something. I mean, if you were the one hitting somebody, then it would be obvious. I would say this, you're learning to drive, or she's young, things happen, people get in accidents. I can't tell you how many accidents I had because I stopped counting. Sorry. I mean, seriously. My daughter too. I remember there was a theory that said if you had trouble with the delivery of the birth, that that soul might have trouble with car accidents. And I remember when my daughter had her first car where she wrapped it around a pole at 16. I remember thinking, oh my God, because I had a very, very challenging birth with my daughter. And so I don't know, is it karmic? But make sure she's, not worried, because it's happened twice. Sometimes that happens. Okay. As one who's had lots of experience with that, sadly. I don't think she did anything wrong. Okay, Anne Margaret. Key with vision boards is one has to be clear before doing one. Most are not, myself included. But through meditation, you can ask for clarity and set the intention to do so, and then see what pops up. But you need to be clear before doing any vision boards. Otherwise, just visual images. I hope that helps, folks. You know what? It really does, Anne Margaret. And I'm going to be talking about to manifest. I mean, this spiritual law of manifesting is really the intention behind it. It's a spiritual law of intention. And so maybe if you please join us on February 10th. If you have never done a vision board, if you haven't had good luck with it, it's going to be a really powerful event because it happens to be the Wooden Dragon on February 10th. And also it happens to be an 11-day also. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's an 11-day, a very powerful day. It is the day before the Super Bowl. We made sure that it's not on the Super Bowl day. So if you can join us, it's going to be terrific. And I'll tell you that Julianne knows so much about feng shui, and she might say, oh, no, put this picture of this here instead of here. She's great. I mean, you guys will love Julianne. She's terrific. So really consider joining us on February 10th for our designing our vision board. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be just fun. So please join us because I think it's going to be terrific. And Liz Johnson says, until I heard about Vedic from you, I always thought I was a Sagittarian, but now I find out I'm a Scorpio, December 4th. Oh, bless your heart, Liz. That's my sister's birthday. And yes, any ramification from reading my wrong sign all these years? No. So Liz, with Vedic astrology, it's another lens. I love knowledge, education. I love looking at different lenses. I love philosophy. I love all of this. So just now view yourself as a Scorpion. And it's very interesting because Scorpios are, they have a lot of emotion here. So it's definitely a different way to view things. Okay. So I think it's important. So everybody join James and me on Monday on Both Sides Now and Beyond, because we're going to be talking about the new year, and, welcoming everybody back, and we'll answer a lot of your questions. So join us on next Monday, and we'll see you then. And if you'd like a session with me too, go to my website. I think I still have a few left in January. Okay. So take care, everybody. It's great to be back, and I'll see you next week.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.